In our news stories for today, 2 persons have passed away in Discovery Bay while another person has been hurt. It should also be noted that tighter curfews will be in place for Westmoreland as the pandemic rolls on. In other news, 2 persons have been sentenced after guilty pleas in a fraud case. And of course, the Agriculture Ministry says that they're moving to increase the use of solar energy. 3 persons were hurt by some dangerous tools and 2 have passed away. They were hurt by some dangerous people in a restaurant in Discovery Bay, Senan on Monday night. The deceased have been identified as 52-year-old Nibs, alias Bubu or Rasta of Runaway Bay, and 21-year-old Dennis, a chef of Top Bay in Discovery Bay, both from Senan. According to police reports, about 7 p.m., the men were among a group of patrons at a restaurant when they were pounced upon by some dangerous men traveling in a motor car. The dangerous men opened shellings, hitting Nibs and Dennis and another person before they escaped the scene. The 3 men were taken to the hospital where Dennis and Nibs were pronounced by the medical team. The other man is currently undergoing treatment, whilst police unveil further investigations to ensure that they cover all the necessary areas to ascertain who caused harm to these 3 men. Sparta has been charged with illegal possession of a dangerous tool, along with the accessories as well. Sparta, who is an entertainer, has been charged with illegal possession of a dangerous tool and the accessories and is set to spend his Christmas holidays and New Year holidays behind bars. Tamale, whose real name is Leroy Russell, was held by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Specialized Operations Branch following the seizure of a 9mm dangerous tool with an extended accessory containing 18 rounds of accessories. This dangerous tool was found during an operation on Alban Road, St. Andrew, approximately 6 p.m. on Monday. According to the police reports, a Toyota Mark X motor car was stopped, the occupants searched, and the suspect found with the dangerous tool and accessories. He was later taken into custody in relation to the seizure. Tommy Lee, who has been a very popular person with the police, has had several run-ins with the law over the last 6 years. He is scheduled to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on January 6, 2021 to answer to the charges that have been laid against him. He is being represented by Miss Martin and Queen's Counsel Tom Tavares Finson. There has been an announcement that there will be tighter curfew hours of 7 p.m. to 5 p.m. each day to be imposed in Westmoreland as of Wednesday, December 16, as the government moves aggressively to stem the sharp rise of pandemic-related matters and passing in the Western Jamaican parish. The 2-week curfew will run until December 31st. The rest of the island will remain under the nightly 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfews. According to Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the announcement was made in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. He also announced that the general gathering limit for public places in Westmoreland is a maximum of 10 persons. For the rest of Jamaica, the limit of 15 persons remains in force. For burials in Westmoreland, the maximum number of persons allowed remains at 15. Andrew Holness has also stated that the Grand Market activities have been cancelled in Westmoreland, so too in the adjoining parish of Hanover. The Prime Minister has also appealed for everyone to adhere to the health protocols in relation to the pandemic and to exercise greater vigilance and restraint, especially as Jamaica moves deeper into the festive season. As Andrew Holness has said, we continue to monitor the numbers closely, and I want to put everyone on notice that if the situation escalates, we're prepared to put in place even tighter measures. He further went on to state that the increase in the number of positive cases in Westmoreland, coupled with hospitalizations and passings, is causing grave concern. The parish up to Tuesday had 117 active cases of pandemic-related stories, with 76 new cases recorded just last week. These cases are spread over 80% of the communities in the parish, so this is a widespread situation. Of even greater concern is the fact that the parish recorded a case positivity rate of 32.1% last week in comparison to a 17.6% the week before. This means that approximately 1 out of every 3 persons tested were positive for the pandemic. 2 persons have been sentenced after guilty pleas in a fraud case. Lodge, a farmer of Red Ground in St. Elizabeth, was on Thursday, December 10th, sentenced in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court to 2 years in prison. This was suspended for 2 years by Parish Judge Anne Marie Granger. In her summation, the judge outlined that Lodge's action was frowned upon by the court, but there were mitigating circumstances which were considered in imposing the sentence, one of which was the fact that the accused had pleaded guilty in the first instance. The allegations were that on May 30, 2017, another person successfully sat a written driver's license examination at the Spanish Town Road Examination Depot in St. Andrew in Lodge's name. This led to the issuance of a driver's license by the TAJ in the name of Dexter Anthony Lodge. The license bore Lodge's image. The discrepancy was later discovered, and Lodge was located and questioned by representatives of the Revenue Protection Division of the Ministry of Finance in the presence of his attorney on August 26th. He was subsequently charged and had his first court hearing on September 9, 2020. On October 16, 2020, Lodge pleaded guilty to obtaining goods by forged documents, contrary to Section 10 of the Forgery Act. In another matter, Rose, a 29-year-old male of Kellis District in Clarendon, on November 18th, pleaded guilty to uttering forged documents, contrary to Section 9 of the Forgery Act, in the Clarendon Parish Court. The allegation was that Rose attended the Chapelton Tax Office in the parish on November 3, 2020, and presented a Jamaican driver's license which was later identified as fraudulent. He was arrested and charged by officers of the RPD and pleaded guilty on his first appearance in court. He has been fined $150,000 with an alternative of 3 months in prison by Parish Judge Dale Staple. In a media release on Monday, it has been stated that persons are reminded that knowingly being in possession of fraudulent documents is a serious offense. The agency, the RPD, says that fraudulent documents may be used to facilitate even more serious crimes and to boost criminal enterprises. The Agriculture Ministry is moving to increase the use of solar energy on farms. According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, there is a major drive to increase the use of solar energy to power its irrigation schemes across the island in order to reduce operational expenditure and the reliance on fossil fuels. Floyd Green, who has the portfolio for the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries, has said that it is anticipated that within the next 2 years, irrigation systems operated by the National Irrigation Commission Limited will be run by solar technology. He further noted that already significant savings has been anticipated and have been realized from the installation of the first large-scale solar photovoltaic system at the Bengal Pump Station in Trelawney, which was commissioned into service in January 2020. The system is expected to reduce the annual energy cost at the facility by $3 million. According to Green, we have recognized that as much as we seek to improve irrigation supply, our ability to provide efficiently and at a minimum cost is critical and paramount. In fact, we are targeting solar energy plants. We already started with a plant in Trelawney. I know we have started the work in relation to Hounslow in St. Elizabeth, and we expect that over the next 2 years that all our schemes will be powered by solar energy. He was speaking at a ceremony at the NIC's New Forest office in Manchester, where he handed over equipment valued at $29 million to the organization and the Water Resources Authority under the Essex Valley Agriculture Development Project. They also received a backhoe valued at $24 million, while they also got a 2020 Nissan Qashqai sport utility vehicle priced at $5 million. And this was presented to the Water Resources Authority to aid in the maintenance and future viability of the $3.5 million pounds agriculture project. This project is a huge investment in irrigation infrastructure in Jamaica, and it will impact the livelihoods of more than 700 farmers. Now like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know what your opinion is on the matters that have been discussed so far in this session. Of course, remember to be safe and vigilant and alert at all times. Take care and continue to enjoy the season. Goodbye.